What if you only had 2 months to change your life? You're about to go bankrupt if you don't raise $100,000. Or you'll lose a leg if you don't get a highly expensive operation. Or the love of your life will leave you if you can't quit a habit you've had for decades. What would you do? You don't have time for 10 years of therapy. You don't have time to read a shelf of self-help books. You don't have the time to get an MBA or even start networking to get help. And you don't have time to slowly change your health and lifestyle. When people find themselves in this situation, they come to me, Marion Neubronner. I'm known for being the Harvard psychologist that peak performers come to when they desperately need to win. I've trained Olympic athletes who were secretly scared their winning streak was about to end. Fortune 500 CEOs who are facing crushing pressure from shareholders. And Air Force pilots who need to keep top marks if they want to keep their competitive spots. They all use something called 3-step neuro remapping to get their results, where you program and remap your brain to automatically create success in your life. But these high-profile clients are not what I'm the most proud of. I'm most happy when I can help people like the battered woman who finally gets the courage to leave her abuser and save her family. The firefighter who can now run into burning buildings fearlessly and find trapped victims faster than ever. And the formerly depressed, overweight teen who can now look in the mirror, truly love herself, and know she deserves the best in life. All this is possible with 3-step neuro remapping. And you can use it too. Because it is the one technique I know that literally changes your neurological structure so you can naturally, joyfully, and easily achieve what you want in life, and faster than you ever expected. If we're having this conversation, you are probably not satisfied with what you currently have in life, and that's good. You'll find out why in a moment. You're either not making the money you truly want, not having the relationship that deeply fulfills you, not enjoying a body that looks and feels wonderful to you. Or maybe all three. Now, on the other hand, if you are perfectly happy in every area of your life, then please exit this webpage right now. There's no reason for us to talk if you're already rich, beautifully fit, and have all your relationships working great. But if that's not you, please stay, because I'm going to share my secret to transforming any area of your life, or every area of your life, in a shockingly short period of time. Like I said, people come to me when time is short, or if they have no time at all. Like I said, if you're an Olympian who needs to qualify in your next team tryout, you need to get results right now, or risk throwing away your entire career. That's probably not your situation, but if it works for them, it will work for you. 3-step neuro remapping is so effective that I've made it the focus of my career. See, I came from a very hard upbringing. I grew up very poor in Singapore, and my parents struggled with sickness. I knew it would be up to me to create my life, so I decided I was going to make it to Harvard, one way or another. I somehow managed to get in, but I couldn't get a scholarship. In fact, it was even more expensive because I had to pay the international rate of tuition. I was able to pay as you go, but that still meant I had to create money on the spot, all while having a very demanding course load. It was an unbelievable struggle, but I managed to do it, and it started me on the path to mastering the human potential for success. While at Harvard, I became obsessed with cracking the code for peak performance. I devoted my master's work to psychology, and over years of research, I discovered that there are 3 keys to masterful performance in any area. These were the keys that have unlocked the doors of success for countless people throughout history, whether they knew them or not. And these 3 keys apply no matter what you're looking for in life. Whether what you desire is an incredible, loving relationship, or to be so slim that you fit into your old prom dress. Whether you want to become a multimillionaire or simply marry a multimillionaire. Pay attention and close out everything else you're doing, because what I'm about to reveal right now will change your life. Key number 1, it's not you who fails, it's your brain, and that's fixable. What if I told you that you were either literally programmed for success or programmed for failure, and that it's not your fault? The truth is that we're literally programmed to succeed at only a certain level and not get any higher than that. So, let's say you want an A in a college exam, but you are unconsciously programmed to get a C. You may think you missed the mark when you get a C, but to your brain, it performed perfectly because it was programmed to only do so well on that test. So, if you've ever felt like the deck was stacked against you, it is. But all that can change when you know how to reprogram yourself. Now, let me ask you this. Are you programmed for success? Or programmed to achieve a lower level than you deserve? I'll help you see where you are in just 30 seconds from now. First, who do you think decides our brain programming? A. Parents, especially before we reach 5 years old. B. Teachers. C. The media. D. Religion. E. The thousands of our little experiences we have growing up. In fact, all of the above locks in at a very deep level what we think we deserve, what we can achieve, and our level of talent. The fact is that you have an incredible amount of potential, but your programming is holding you back. And I'll show you how to reprogram your brain in just a moment. Key number 2, your brain needs a clear path to succeed. Remember how I talked about brain programming earlier? It turns out that there's another area that's just as important, but almost no one talks about. It's called brain mapping. Brain mapping, or neuromapping, is how your brain moves messages from one area to another. Inside our brain are thousands of roads and channels called neuropathways. Think of these as wires or highways, all sending messages throughout our brain. If there are traffic jams or broken pathways, then things go wrong. Have you ever forgotten where you left your keys? And then when you found them, you remembered that you had put them there. That means the answer was in your head the whole time, but it wasn't mapped correctly to get you to the answer. It's the same reason you can forget an important fact before an exam. It's also why when someone teases you, you think of a snappy comeback 3 hours later, but not when you need it. Now, that's the simple stuff, but it can get much deeper than this. There's a part of your brain that knows how to be super charming or how to get motivated to do just about anything. There's a part of the brain that gets you creative and lets you come up with great ideas. And there's a part of the brain that lets you make wild amounts of money. The problem is that the mapping is just not right for most people. This means that even if your brain is programmed for the right target, you still won't have the success you want. This brings us to key 3. Key number 3, your ultimate success lies in 3-step neuro remapping. In all the times I've trained CEOs, Olympians, and elite military, what I found was that no one can succeed correctly unless they have their brain working harmoniously and smoothly. So, I came up with what I call 3-step neuro remapping. These are cognitive exercises that you can do instantly to begin changing the way your brain works, how you think, how you feel, and how you perform. 3-step neuro remapping has been the key for so many people. It can turn a size 10 woman into a size 4 woman. It can turn a $50,000 earner into a $400,000 per year earner. and it can turn